let's talk about the music business right now. Like
Hmm.
as we were talking off camera, that's where most artists tend to screw up,
Hmm.
and they'll get taken advantage of by the record company and everybody else around them.
Hmm.
So, what is your team dynamic right now?
Team dynamic.
Dedicated producer, any dedicated
Um.
studio you go to, like you say, like oh, that environment
Uh.
that makes the real Corey Cash.
Hold on. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying. I don't want to say the wrong name. Hold on. Oh yeah, Marquise. Marquise. We've been making some pretty good songs. You know what I'm saying? Marquise. He's a pretty good producer.
Any manager
At Hustle
maybe?
Firm. I had a manager at one time. It didn't work out because I don't feel like you need a manager until you have too many things on your plate that you can't
Yeah.
do by yourself. So things sound good to have, but I mean, is it really necessary to have it? Is the question. So it's like, why would you have a manager if you don't? If you got enough things that you could take care of, then you could take care of it. I think maybe having legal advice in
Yeah.
different situations is more important than having a manager. Unless you got all these people trying to book you,
Yeah.
different things, then you probably would have to get a manager to do those things, help you with it. Yeah.
So how do you copyright your stuff?
I go to a website, copyright.gov.
Okay.
It's different ways you can copyright your music.
Hmm.
You got to trademark your name. You got to patent your ideas. You got to do all kinds of things because if you don't do it, somebody else will, and then you're gonna be saying, I came up with the idea, but you ain't gonna have the money for it. I'd rather have the money than the credit.
Okay. So did you have any story, related to because as we were talking off earlier
Yeah.
about your name? Because I try to emphasize that for the young and coming to pay
Hmm.
attention to their, that intellectual property side of the business.
Yeah, I was making a lot of music, under the name Corey Cash by
Mhm.
itself for a minute. I wasn't even thinking about the legal side, to be honest with you. I was just making music, as a passion, putting it out, hoping somebody, like it. Whoever like it, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But then I stopped for a minute. Then when I tried, one day I was chilling, and somebody hit me and was like, "You dropped a mixtape?" I'm like, "Nah," and they sent me a whole goddamn cover and a link to it and everything. I'm like, "That ain't even me. I'm mad as shit. Somebody got my name." So that's when I wanted to try to copyright my name, but that Joe already
It was
got
too
it.
late.
He got videos and everything. Shout out to you though, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. So I was going to change my name to something else, but I'm like, man, I ain't about to do all that. So I was just like, I gotta change. Man, I was like, let me just put the real Corey Cash on there and make my name long as hell. Hmm.
And that was yeah, because it's very important when people uh you know they always focus on the creative side without thinking about the actual legal side, which is the most important part of the artistry basically.
Yeah, that's what I
So
mean. But a lot of people always think about the end. They just be like, "Oh, I want to make a song, get rich, and be famous," but they don't think about the process.
yeah.
It's process to everything. If you want to play basketball, you got to work hard and train and do all kinds of things behind the scenes that they just don't see. They just see a successful person and want to be it, but you got to want to be in the gym all the
Yeah.
goddamn time if you want to do that.
True. I mean, when it comes to the network and social media tools you have to once the music is made, how do you put that outside of the word into the word?
Different. It depends.
Instagram.
Both Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. I release a couple music, things like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the performance part of the artistry though, like what are you doing right now? Like open mics, or are you tired of open mics,
Yeah, I
or
did open mics back in the day.
opening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I open mics is like a waste of time. I've did about at least 12, 13 open mics before in the past, and
Yeah.
I've never ran into an A&R. So it's like open mics is basically like a waste of time, in my opinion, because you're rapping. The way it's structured is like, okay, you had this promoter. He'll say, yeah, we got this open mic. Come do the
Yeah.
open mic. I'm gonna either give you some tickets and you can sell them to your family members,
Yeah.
and then now you bring in all these rappers and their family to watch you rap, but the other rapper's family is not gonna follow you. They're just there waiting for the other rapper.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a pyramid scheme. You know what I'm saying? You better off trying to open up for somebody like a bigger artist and try to get grasp the
Exposure.
attention of his fan base, because if you just go to an open mic, it's just a whole lot of rappers and their family. And if you really think about it, you could do that in the living room,
Yeah.
rap for your family for free, and then nobody spent no money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
so
put it on the social media basically.
yeah, everything's on the internet
Yeah.
anyway. So it's like, yeah, I just like I went to my last open mic, and I was like, I was sitting there and I was just like, man, I don't even feel like rapping. I just let the DJ play the song. I was like, I don't feel like doing all this. I
Uh,
could be in the house playing 2K.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that because you know, I have mixed feelings when it comes to the open mic thing as far as you know other people too, right?
Hmm.
Some people will like it, some people dislike it. Exactly what you said about it, right?
Hmm.
But usually what I notice is when people finish performing, they will leave.
Rap and leave. It's called. I think it's called rap and roll. Yeah, they
Oh,
rap and roll. They just
and
do their
then
song and
they'll
gone.
do their song
They
and
take
their
the whole
set, and
crowd with them.
there's just a boom. Like so, how are we supporting each other to begin with? It's a community, small community of rappers. Everybody's coming together. Nobody's networking. Nobody's talking to the other guy. You know, if they have music out, if they can make music together, you know, just come perform and leave.
That's
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and
You
a
no
lot of
wonder
people.
why you're not growing
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're not networking.
That's why a lot of people feel like they have to leave to be able to be successful because people don't support people while they're trying to be successful. They only support the finished product. You know, they only support people that don't need your help. So you
But
can't really expect help until you don't need it anymore.
music costs money. So how are you sustaining that your artistry right now? Do you have any merchandise? Do you how are you supporting the studio time and all of that?
I
Out
got a
of
couple.
pocket?
Huh?
Out of
I'm
pocket?
definitely out of pocket. Yeah, out of
Okay.
pocket. But I just make sure that if I do spend the money, it's just good investments. I don't just go in there and just waste my time on making a song for no reason. I have before in the past, but I mean, just you just got to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do with the money, and just make sure you take care of your priorities and different things like that.